Logging is hard work, and it's dangerous work. With an emphasis on safety, accuracy, and ecology, an Ohio company was recently named the National Outstanding Logger of the Year.
Everybody thinks of Ohio as a farming state. You go up past Chillicothe and that's all you see is farm fields. But when you come below Chillicothe, all you see is timber.
I think this industry gets in your blood. And a good example of that is one day last week, I was having a rough day. I was hauling a load of logs. I got out of the truck at the mill and I could smell the dust and the sawdust and the logs, and the wood just has a distinctive smell, and it just brought a smile to my face and instantly cheered me up.
I grew up on a farm. My grandpa had a sawmill, a little sawmill. He cut pulpwood, logged everything back then with horses and mules. I always liked it.
August, his two sons, Reg and Ryan, and their cousin Aaron Daniels are Redoutey Logging. Recently, this small family-owned company was named National Outstanding Logger of the Year.
We've worked at it for so many years, trying to do better, trying to experiment, trying to stay a step ahead of the game. And I guess a person really doesn't realize they're doing all that until somebody points it out to you.
The time August spent in his grandfather's sawmill may have sparked his interest, but this is not your grandfather's logging operation.
This is a large clear cut. It's a piece of ground that they have mining rights to, and so they wanted to get all the timber off of it they could get. All that wood will go to Glatfelder in Chillicothe. They'll make pulp out of it for paper. There'll be a number of different products created from that wood. The equipment that they're using here is really state-of-the-art. It handles the tree relatively easy. It cuts it off, de-limbs it, cuts it to length. The other machine comes in behind, picks it up, weighs it, carries it out, puts it in a stack, and there it will remain until the pulp mill needs it.
Learning how to run a harvester is a lot harder than it looks. It's not something you can just go hire anyone off the street and put them in the cab and let them go to work. My brother and myself have really got a knack for doing it and doing it well.
He would know probably 6 trees ahead what he has in front of him and what he's going to do with it before he ever gets a hold of it. You can't wait for something to happen to make a decision. You have to do it ahead of time. People hire us to cut. You know, a landowner might hire us to do a clear cut on his area. Another one may hire us to do a select cut.
A select cut is a cut in which you're only cutting selected trees. When you make the determination whether to use a mechanical harvester or the chainsaw, there's a couple variables. If you're cutting saw logs and you're looking to keep quality in your logs and not bust them and split them or strain the grain, then you're using the chainsaw as the wise move.
When they break out the chainsaws, a strict procedure is followed.
You have to evaluate your situation. First thing you want to do is check for dead limbs or anything dangerous in the tree.
They plan for the exact location where they will place the tree, and they plan a clear escape route. They can drop a tree on a precise spot by cutting a directional hinge. How precise? In 1993, August won a national logging championship and $10,000 for being the most accurate competitor in the country.
You create a notch in the front of the tree, which is at least a 70-degree opening. And then you come back behind and you plunge cut and create a hinge on this tree. And that'll work just like a door hinge on a door. It'll guide the tree in the direction that I want it to fall. I've got a small piece of wood on the back side of the tree still supporting that tree. All I have to do is cut that little piece of wood off and the tree should go. That's a pretty nice quality black oak. I'm guessing that tree's probably 70 years old.
Trees like this will be hauled to a local sawmill.
Some becomes flooring, some becomes furniture, different various uses.
This is very dangerous work.
Especially when you're running a chainsaw. I teach chainsaw safety training for a couple organizations, and I feel that it's very important to learn the basics of the safety. No matter how much experience, things are going to happen that you don't expect.
Things have changed dramatically in the last 20 years. When I first started, there was no such thing as a hard hat, safety pants. The safety aspect is much better.
Safety isn't the only thing that's changed for the better.
Back when I first started, the environmental issues, nobody paid too much attention to anything like that.
The Sustainable Forestry Initiative and the Forest Stewardship Council are two international conservation organizations.
The state forest here in Ohio are working on dual certification to become certified under both of those principles, which is a pretty spectacular thing, really. It's a pretty big undertaking. It's increasingly important to be environmentally sustainable with the forest.
Through the years, August Redoutey has built a strong business and a strong family.
My father's taught me, probably first and foremost, a good work ethic, and he's taught me to be a good steward of the land.
My sons have made me very proud over the years. They're very good boys. It's all possible too because of my wife. She's the one that keeps everybody in line. She raised the boys right. What more can you ask for?